A year ago, these two teams met at Mariemont, with the Warriors edging out the Tigers in a hard-fought 10-7 battle. This year, they meet in Loveland, and the Tigers are looking to return the favor and walk away the victors. It's boys lacrosse, and it's next on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Welcome to Loveland High School, where tonight we're getting set for boys high school lacrosse action as the Loveland Tigers play host to the Mariemont Warriors. I'm Bob McElligott, joined by Todd Bauer here tonight on an absolutely gorgeous night for these two teams to go head-to-head.
I hope the water jugs are full. It's going to be a warm one.
Let's talk about these teams and what they need to do against one another tonight for Mariemont. A team on the road, what do they have to do to get the win here this evening?
So Mariemont's going to have to possess the ball and play good defense. Loveland's a tough opponent, and tonight's going to be a real challenge to come in here and get a good road win.
Now for Loveland, the state tournament is coming up. It's almost here, as a matter of fact, and this game for them is very important when it comes to seeding.
Absolutely. The Southeast now is a two-horse race with St. Xavier, and hopefully Loveland tonight, if they can take care of business, they can slide into a number 2 seed.
So a lot is on the line here tonight for both of these teams as they get ready to go head-to-head. And we've got this matchup coming your way next here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Getting ready to go here at Loveland tonight, Loveland and Mariemont. On a beautiful sunny evening here at Tiger Stadium as these two teams get set to go head-to-head this evening. Let's take a look at the starters for these teams this evening, and we start with the road team here in Mariemont. And there you see DiMichele, Bucher, Ciolino, Schooler, Phelan, and there we go back to goal, and there's Eric Tassos, the junior goalkeeper. .475 save percentage for him coming into this game tonight for Loveland. Here's what they are going to start tonight. Moss, Walther, Clark, and Newbold, Beasley, Walrus, Pardue, Abbott, and Lawrence are going to be in the starting lineup. And there is Marshall Amon, who is going to be in between the pipes for the Loveland Tigers. Take a look at the keys to tonight's game. Todd Bauer, what do these teams have to do?
Yeah, if you're Mariemont, this is an important game. You've got to really create a solid offense and score more points than the other team. That's pretty simple. Loveland, if you're Loveland Tigers tonight, you want to do the exact same things. You want to score more than the other team. It's really important. It's a simple game. Both teams edging for the state tournament.
Sometimes the obvious things are the things that you have to take care of, right?
That's right. That's the easy ones.
All right, we're ready to go with the opening faceoff getting set at midfield here. These two teams chomping at the bit to get going here, having to wait for just a moment or two for us. And now that we're done, they're ready, and here we go. And Mariemont going to try to control here, and they scoop up the ground ball. Ben Phelan up the far side of the field, and he gets into that attack zone, and he's going to look to set things up. Ball is back on the ground and scooped up very quickly by Mariemont. Charles Schooler passing up the right side. And they're going to come right back to the middle. Schooler with a shot, and there's a big save.
I was about to say there, Schooler, come to the sideline, get a midi, get a shorty on there. But look at that, he runs right down the middle of the field with that long pole, nabs the ball, and a great-looking shot.
Marshall Heyman with the first big save of this game, and now it's Loveland that goes on the attack for the first time here tonight. Looking to operate from behind the goal, Adam Clark. Clark, couple of spin moves. Gets out to the side of the goal, wants to get to the front. There's a bouncing ball that winds up in the net, or on the back of the net. Okay, it didn't go in the net, it wound up on the back, so there. Mariemont's happy about that.
That's what we call the old mom goal. Everybody thinks it goes in, and in honor of Mother's Day, we're going to start the game that way.
Now the ball on the ground, and the battle for it here. Mariemont picks it up first. And looking to take that ball and run up the far side of the field with it. And they'll launch this one ahead and look to start the attack from behind the goal. Will Ciolino, captain of this team. And we get a whistle here.
Looks like we've got a couple extra balls on the field. That makes the game more interesting.
Yeah. A couple of youngsters there playing just behind the end zone, and one of those balls rolled out on the field of play. Now we start again.
Important here for Mariemont to start a good offensive possession, just like the last one where we saw the D-pull Schooler take it right down the middle. Important for Mariemont to control the game offensively.
Ciolino with a shot, and there is a quick save once again. I'll tell you what, Marshall Amon here early on is a couple of big saves.
Yeah, beautiful saves. Low balls, tough to save. very quick stick by Amon in the cage. Nice work so far.
And let's see. Well, he never got the opportunity to do it again as Mariemont passed up on the potential shot.
Evan Abbott there, a very nice stick check to prevent an easy doorstep look.
Now they go back right behind the goal. Urevick wants to throw it out in front, which he does. Good movement here, but another big save once again. Heyman is the star of this game early on.
That leads to quick saves, leads to quick outlet passes, which leads to fast breaks. Here's Loveland on the fast break.
And looking to set things up now as they slow it down. Now walking right in with a shot and a big save the other direction. Eric Tassos coming up with his first big save of this game.
Nice saves by both ends of the field so far. Good start for both defenses.
Mariemont once again to work it to the middle. They do. There's a shot to score. Coming in and taking care of things there, Aaron Urevick.
Great look by Urevick there. Nice job by Mariemont getting the ball back behind and finding the cutters to the cage.
And they've been doing that. That's been everything that they've played on offense so far, trying to get this guy open, not this guy in particular, but to get that type of a shot here early.
Absolutely. What a great look there. You see Ciolino finds Aaron Urevick cutting to the cage. Nice catch, nice finish. Very nice job.
9:25 to go here in the first quarter. Loveland scoops this up. Nice job to stick check there and knock it free. And Mariemont, Charles Schooler, coming back on the attack once again. A lot of pressure, and he stays right with it.
Absolutely. That'll show up right away as a face-off win for Loveland. But what you see quickly is Mariemont jumps right on that offensive possession by Loveland and turns it over immediately.
Again, they try to operate it from behind the goal. Now swing it back out in front. Brennan Crowley, senior midfielder, comes walking in. He wants to shoot, and that one is right there where it needs to be for the score. The official had to come in and check it and make sure it was in the back of the net, and of course it was. And Mariemont very quickly out to a 2-0 lead.
If you're Mariemont, this is exactly how you want to start it. Crowley gets wide open. The slide comes late, and it's got to get there early. You got to stop ball. Crowley walks right in and has a nice, easy look at the cage. If you're Mariemont, this is exactly the way you wanted to start the game. If you're Loveland, might be time here to regroup and get the ball on offense.
Crowley getting into double digits in scoring now with his 10th goal of the year. Nice job there by Mariemont. Scored 2 goals in the span of 36 seconds. Loveland's going to wind up with this one off the face-off. Good job to scoop that up, moved it ahead and scooped it up. Ben Fetterman. And now back on the counter very quickly once again is Mariemont.
Another face-off win by Loveland. Another miscue there and a scoop up by Mariemont, moving the ball quickly into the offensive zone again.
Trying to come around behind the net. And that's Ty Bucher. And again, they're just going to move it out front to change some personnel here and settle things down.
Loveland having a little trouble controlling the ball off the face-off. Disappointing because they're winning the draws, just not getting the ground balls when it comes loose. The wing play has to come over and help out so they can keep possession and get into the offensive end.
Parker Gilmore pushes it off on the far side. Wilson Bucher back down around behind the net once again. Change of direction here. And he'll throw it out in front. There's a shot and a big save there by Amon again.
Amon, nice job. Stands tall, steps right to the ball. It's a low bounce shot like you teach your young men to do. And Amon steps right up and makes a great save.
Hunter Wentland over on the far sideline. Launching that ball ahead. It winds up on the ground. Mariemont will scoop it up. And with possession is John Fenning. Just bounces this one ahead. Charles Schooler. And they move it right in front. Man wide open, and the bounce shot doesn't work this time.
Yeah, just a miscue there on the shot. What you see there is some miscommunication. It starts with a good ride by Mariemont, leading to a quick turnover on the offensive end here. What we're seeing is Mariemont's doing a much better job on the rides, and Loveland's having a little bit of trouble clearing the ball at this point.
After an illegal procedure, Loveland with the ball, and here they come. Jackson Pardue. Long pass up the near sideline. Complete that pass and look to rush it toward the goal.
If you're Loveland here, just settle down, find a great offensive possession. Let's get a good look. Let's find our scorers. We know exactly what to do. We've been here all season. We're towards the end of it. Loveland needs to find that offense here and get a good look.
Kyle Beasley coming over to Jack Sexton. Loop it back behind the goal once again. Sam Walther. Good spin move, comes out to the near side and immediately gets met there with resistance. Tries to pass out front. And Mariemont had that for a moment. They lost control of it. Loveland picks it back up, ball's back on the ground again. And the Tigers, good hustle to get to that one.
Oftentimes in lacrosse, you see on those loose balls, both players go and get it. Loveland has the opportunity to scoop the ball and get a fast break, but nice job there recovering by Mariemont.
Sexton now passing back behind the net again. Adam Clark here with it. Clark right out in front, never got the shot away. As he turned, he got hit. The ball comes loose, it's on the ground. Loveland again able to scoop it up. Good job by Sam Walther.
Now, important here for Loveland to have a nice long possession and get a good look. A lot of good feeds to the middle, just can't find that opening. Lacrosse is all about room and time.
Jack Sexton once again looks it over past his left side. Try to come in for the goal. That one just got intercepted. Right place, right time there for Jacob Trester. And Trester just has it knocked out of his stick. Good job with the pressure from behind from Loveland. And will they get a shot away? No, because that one was knocked away 2 different times from Adam Clark.
Great ride by Loveland. Just can't find the ground ball here, but a nice ride on the turnover.
Mid.
Contact over on the far side, but again, staying with it. Warriors on the near sideline, looking to make a play, and thus far, having trouble doing that. Now they loop it to the middle, and they're going to find something with Parker Gilmore.
Those passes that Mariemont's making, that's going to the odd side of the field there. It's really catching Loveland off guard so far. Those opposite field weak side passes are really perplexing Loveland's defense so far.
Right around the perimeter it goes. Ciolino comes out to the left. No shot attempt there. Only fake one from out front and just looking to get it to the middle. And here's a shot, and that one just misses. Went to the left, and Heyman was there again, trying to steer that one away from the front of his net.
Nice way for Bucher there to find his way into the heart of the offense, and really the defense isn't there. It's a nice quick stick, just a little off cage.
Get it back to Ciolino, swings it out to the left, and back up top, looking for things to open up a little bit again is Parker Gilmore. A lot of pressure here. The ball winds up on the ground. We're going to have a flag on the field.
Yeah, that's an easy call to make. That's a push with possession, technical 30. That's just an easy call, tough play. If you can see the guy's back, just don't touch him. You tell guys that all the time, but it never stops them.
There it is right there. With that shove from behind was Jackson Pardue.
He'll get 30 seconds to think about it.
And there he is, taking his spot and a knee on the sideline. And Mariemont goes to work, up 2-0 in this game.
Really important possessions. I know it's really early in the game, but this is where games can get away from you. You and I have done a few games already this year, Bob, where you've seen a team come out really slow and it's affected them at the end of the game because they play catch up. And that's one of the things in lacrosse that's not hard to do, but you definitely don't want to get down early.
10 seconds.
And now it is Loveland. Carrying up the far side of the field. Jared Freeze.
You're man up! You're man up!
Freeze pulling up. Now Loveland checks a man in from the sideline. As just coming into the game is Michael Newbold. Good job to pass one to the middle. There's a shot, and that one goes wide left. Danny Moss looking to put that one on net, but he just didn't get it on target.
A great look. That's a good offensive possession. It started with a good solid clear. They get it into their offensive zone and catch Mariemont's defense sleeping on the crease.
With the ball now is Adam Clark once again. Gets it out in front, and it's a nice stop that is made.
Tassos, very nice there. Steps right to the ball and absolutely gets a good save, and then starts the clear the other way. Nice job by Mariemont's defense.
And now Mariemont on that offense, scoring the first 2 goals of this game. And a chance here, they had a man that was standing wide open just to the right of the net, and they couldn't hit him with a pass.
That's it. Those are tough breaks, but those can lead to very difficult situations for the defense. And Loveland's starting to clear the ball a little bit more efficiently now.
There they go up the far side. Working that far sideline at Jacob Bellama. The ball winds up on the ground, bounces around, and who comes up with it again? Mariemont does.
Early on, Bob, I'm seeing a lot of loose balls, and typically ground balls win games. So what we'll see here is the team that gets the most ground balls in key situations will be the team that ends up victorious.
Urevick goes around behind the net as we get a timeout called here by Mariemont. So they want to talk about it. Up 2-0 here in the first quarter. You've been surprised by the start of this game tonight, Todd?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we originally anticipated, just based on schedule and strength of schedule and quality wins, you thought Loveland would come out a little bit hotter and really start to assert themselves in this game. They've had a little bit of a slow start, and Mariemont's has taken advantage of that. And I'm guessing that this early timeout that we're seeing here is to let the Mariemont players know that every offensive possession is extraordinarily important. And that's why Coach here's calling a timeout. I think that, you know, if you're Coach Peterson at this point, you want to make sure that the guys are still focused. Gone a long time without a goal.
There's Steve Peterson in the middle of that huddle wearing the hat, talking to his team. Take a look at the team comparisons here. And goals per game, Loveland with a bit of an advantage there in that department. Defensive goals per game, Mariemont with 8.08 there, and the total points here, you see Loveland has the advantage in that category.
Yeah, it's that every given Sunday or any given Sunday analogy where anybody can beat anybody on any day. Today, right now, you know, obviously Coach Pritz is coming out of a timeout. He's trying to refocus his young men too to understand the gravity of the situation. We need to turn over and we need to get the ball back.
So Mariemont ready to go back to work. Up 2-0. 2:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Ty Bucher goes over to take the ball, and he starts play once again. Ciolino getting pressured. Trying to spin away from that pressure, which he does initially, being hounded by Howie Lawrence. So he's able to get away from it. Now Aaron Urevick sets things up.
We're going to get a flag here. That was pretty pretty easy call to make as some lumber came in contact with a cascade there.
And there's a shot that bounces over the goal by Ciolino.
We're going to see our second man up of the day and second for Mariemont. Important here because it's a 1-minute slashing penalty. They can get an opportunity to get a really solid look in a minute and take the clock under a minute in the first quarter.
So Drew Grafflin serving that 1 minute. Man up situation here for Mariemont.
I'll be interested to see what kind of offensive set they come out in. They've got a player back at X. Usually when you see that, they want to run the ball through the player at X and come back up top.
That's what they're doing right now, and here comes a shot, and that one just was whipped wide as Aaron Urevick already has a goal in this game. There you see he's frustrated with that shot that he didn't get it on target.
Absolutely. Whenever you see an offensive team and man up start with the ball back at X, what they're trying to do is get you to fall asleep on the front half of the field and then either send a creeper back from X or catch a midi streaking to the cage.
30 seconds.
Trying to come to the middle, and that one goes off a stick and is picked up very quickly by Jared Freeze. And Freeze just clears it up the field. Still a man-up situation here for Mariemont.
About 15 seconds left to kill this penalty. Be wise for Freeze to stop right back there at X and kill this one off.
You can see that's exactly what he is doing. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Loveland, man gets knocked down, ball is on the ground. Urevick couldn't scoop it up. It is going to roll, and now it'll be Loveland possession once again.
Big 40 seconds here. If Loveland can get a goal here, you feel pretty good going in at the end of the first quarter.
And they have plenty of time to do it. As you just said, 40 seconds turning around just to take a quick look at the clock was Michael Newbold. And now he goes on the attack. Sends it back. They quickly move it left side. Behind the back pass winds up on the ground. Adam Clark will scoop this one up. Still 24 seconds left in the quarter.
Behind the back pass there, not necessary. It could lead to a turnover that really Loveland doesn't want to take right now.
A high pass. this is going to wind up going to be a Loveland ball after the loose ball push.
10 seconds on. If you're the X-man here, what you want to try to do is you want to get that ball right to the center of the field and get a look.
Trying to do that, and a lot of contact, and the ball is on the ground. And coming out with it is the goalkeeper, Tassos, and that is going to end the first quarter. So Mariemont comes out on the road. They score a couple of quick ones early in the first quarter, 2 goals within 36 seconds of each other, and that's how they have built this 2-0 lead they have at the end of 1 quarter of play tonight. Getting set to start the second quarter here in Loveland, where the Tigers are trailing the Mariemont Warriors 2-0. Bob McElligott, Todd Bauer with you. High school boys lacrosse action tonight here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. There's a look at Steve Peterson, who's the head coach of Mariemont High School, a guy that's had good success with this program.
Absolutely. Talking to Coach Peterson, you know, the year hasn't worked out wins and losses for him as well as he thought, but so far he's got an opportunity to get a good win tonight.
There you see Mike Pritz, his 3rd season as the head coach here at Loveland. He's got a very good team, and the team that's down by 2 goals right now as they start the second quarter.
All Coach Pritz has done is win here at Loveland.
Yeah, go ahead and strap.
Ready for the face-off. And the battle again is won by Mariemont. They've won a lot of battles in this game so far, Todd.
Yeah, the face-offs are even right now, 2-2. It feels like they aren't because there's been a lot of loose balls, and we got a flag down again.
Here's a chance for a shot, and another big save is made by Amon, but now the whistle blows.
Amon, very nice save there. Absolutely.
But really, if it's not for him, this is a 5 or 6-0 game.
That's correct. Those are some great saves, both goalies so far. Fortunately for Loveland, this is only going to be a 30-second technical push with possession. But at this point, Loveland cannot afford to be man down. They've been man down 3 times, this being the 3rd. They haven't given up a man-up goal yet, but it's only a matter of time before the levee breaks.
And they go to play here with this man-up situation.
Important, they're still going to run it through X. They're not going to keep everybody above GLE. You have to watch for creepers and cutters behind. Nice D.
Yeah, Urevick turned and went to make the pass. All of a sudden, there was no room to do so. Good job to make sure that they maintain possession by Ciolino.
Important here for Loveland. Don't ball watch. Keep your head on a swivel.
Oh, long shot, and that one misses. And it winds up going out of bounds.
Really important for defenders here to keep your stick up in the passing lane. Keep your head on a swivel.
3, 2,
take a look at that defense. Evan Abbott there on playing defense for Tigers. And the Tigers do go back to full strength, so that 30 seconds is up.
That allows them to go back into the man defense. Allows them to cover the X-man.
We're going to pass it back there once again.
What's hurting Loveland's defense right now is the slide's coming a little too early, and it's allowing open players on the crease to catch balls with nobody around them.
There's a long shot, and this one misses. And this is going to be a Loveland possession now.
Yeah, they actually got a pass on them there, and that's a lucky break for Loveland, and they'll get the ball and be able to clear and hopefully get a good offensive possession is what they're looking for.
Here comes Amon. He's going to bring this one way up the field and then toss it right to midfield. And the Tigers want to get on the attack here.
Having trouble clearing the ball. We've seen this pretty much all day. What's worked best for Loveland is just having a midi take it all the way up the field themselves.
Now we get a whistle here and a timeout being called by the Tigers.
Very close to a failure to advance there as they just barely got it in time and the timeout came. Loveland looks a little disjointed on offense, and I'm certain that Coach Pritz is saying to his club right now, listen guys, in order to get a good offensive possession, what we really have to have is everybody settle down, take a deep breath, and get in the right positions. You've done it, what, 12 times this year already in 12 different games.
So they have that huddle on the sideline to talk about just those things. Mariemont on the other side with a 2-0 lead. Kind of doing what they want to do here as we take a look at the OHSLA conference standings here in the Southwest Conference, Division II. And there you see Mariemont right there at number 5.
Yeah. Absolutely. When you look at these standings, what you're seeing is the standings in Division I and Division II. But the important part to note here is what's not taken into consideration here is strength of schedule. And when they go into those rooms at the end of the season to vote on where you're going to be seated, what will happen is coaches will speak up about strength of schedule. And that will change where some of these rankings fall out for the state tournament.
Ready to go back to play here with 10:14 remaining in the second quarter. Nice job of maintaining possession, Sam Walter there. Gives it back to Adam Clark. We'll trade it back to Walter.
If you're Mariemont's defense, you're happy that the team, that Loveland continues to work the ball around behind the goal. You can't score goals behind it.
Now they're out in front, no shot. Here's a nice bounce shot for the score. And just whipping that one toward the net was Michael Newbold. And the junior is able to pick up the first Loveland Tigers goal of the day.
Absolutely. It's a shielded shot, and that's what helps out there. You'll be able to tell very quickly that the goalie was shielded here. Right there's a guy in front. It's a great shot. It's a bounce shot by Newbold. He's shielded by the defender is Tassos, and what happens is Loveland's now on the board. It's a 2-1 game.
Yeah, there you could see the late reaction to that shot because he couldn't see it.
Those are the toughest ones to save for a goalie, the ones where their own defenders are in the line of sight.
So Loveland getting on the board early here in the second quarter. Back to a one-goal game. Here's a pass ahead. Mariemont trying to get that goal back right now, and they just shot it wide of the net.
A quick answer there on offense, just a little bit wide. Mariemont's going to need to get some changes here in personnel off the face-off, but another face-off win for Mariemont.
Patrick Mileham right there, the junior, taking that shot. Missed the net. Mariemont continues possession here. Ciolino with a shot, and that one goes right off the crossbar.
Plumber's friend, right off the pipe. That looks like a save in the books, as it looked like it might have hit the goalie first before it actually got the pipe. So I'm going to give him credit for that one.
Now they want to test him again, but ball winds up on the ground, and it is going to be Loveland. Oh, take that back.
Before the ball trickled out there, it looked like there was a little bit of a push from behind without possession. So it will be Mariemont's ball. Is it me, or do you feel like both teams are a little bit more loose this quarter so far than they were in the actual first quarter?
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about that. Now the ball getting on the ground here. That's two bad passes in that sequence for Mariemont, who was very sure-handed in passing in the first quarter.
Just as I said that, am I a jinx? Does that mean I'm a jinx?
Well, it could be. It's however you take it. There's a shot that goes way high and out.
It feels like to me early on that Mariemont's been on offense a lot longer than Loveland has. That's going to have to change if Loveland's going to get the looks on cage that they need.
Heyman throws it up the field for the clear. Good defense there, although a little bit tricky as that ball goes off the stick of a Mariemont player and bounced toward the goal.
Yeah, that was Charlie Cowart, and literally he was hoping that didn't bounce into his net.
Now Loveland operated from the right of the net and bring it back behind. And cutting right down the front. Not being able to get that shot on, and the ball's going to go bouncing all the way back through midfield and out of play.
Watch. Let's go, Aaron. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, quick over and back as they throw it all the way down to the other end of the field. Opportunity for Mariemont to switch out some of their offensive players, defensive middies to offensive middies. Be interesting to see what happens here. Loveland was not afforded the opportunity there to switch, so maybe a little bit more tired.
And Loveland going to gain possession here.
It's a lucky break. Now what you see is Loveland will get the opportunity to switch out some of those midfielders and get some fresh legs in.
Evan Abbott just gives it back to Marshall Amon, very active tonight. Danny Moss up the right side. You see him with room. Now being pushed on that far sideline, able to get away from the pressure. Danny Moss, a lot of effort there to run all the way down the one side of the field, and well, he went a long way.
That's what you're taught to do. If there's pressure on you, either roll away from pressure or take it back behind the cage. Nice job by Moss.
Loveland, here's a shot that gets blocked. And looking for his second goal, not only of this game, but of this period, was Michael Newbold.
Late flag.
This one looped ahead, Mariemont. Opportunity, they want to play it to the middle, nothing there yet. Now there is, and there's a shot that misses.
I'll be interested to see what the flag is here for.
1 minute.
Legal body check, so 1 minute here. And Mariemont, a man up again.
Let's see where we get that at. That's going to happen every time. Ball's gone. You can't get a little extracurricular. That's going to get you the whistle every time.
So opportunity here for the Warriors. Up 2-1.
Their fourth look at man up. Let's see what happens. They're 0 for 3 so far.
Not finding a shot yet. Being pretty patient about it right now. Bring that ball around as much as they possibly can.
Important here for Loveland. Keep your sticks up, keep your head on a swivel. Watch backside. Mariemont continues to send offensive players to X. That means a creeper could show right up for you.
And there it is, and the shot misses. Now they set it up exactly how you said.
That's the issue. What they're trying to do is catch the weak side, whether it be backside or front side.
Heyman with another big save, and then he quickly outlets it for the clear.
Fast break. Fast break.
Grafflin slowing down now and dumps it right off to Adam Clark.
Smart, because they're still man down. That's an important thing to do as they kill the penalty. Now they can make a move to the cage as the penalty is released.
Down to 5:24 to go here in the first half. Loveland down 2-1. They're with possession of this ball. Moving it around, looking for an opportunity. They get it to the left. This is where they took the shot from the one time they did score in this game. Don't take the shot this time.
I was really impressed on that clear how Tony DiMichele of the long stick midi did a really nice job of rolling away from pressure and keeping it in the offensive end to kill the penalty.
Adam Clark tried to make a couple of cuts. Nowhere to go for him, so he wisely backed off. Gives to Jacob Bellema. Quickly over on the right side. Eric Thomas. Thomas knocked down, ball on the ground. Mariemont picks it up. Throw it ahead to Charles Schooler.
It's a slow break. It's important here for Mariemont to slow it down.
And they are in the process of doing just that right now.
That's the problem in high school. Sometimes you get overzealous and you don't have enough guys and you take a quick shot and you realize that you're catching your team in the middle of a substitution, and that can lead to a fast break the other way.
Get it settled down. Ben Phelan. Nowhere to go. Now he takes a shot. Amon comes up with another save. This guy has been just rock solid all night. Here's a long clear right ahead, and that one goes off the post. Or no, they went in and came back out, they say. And Adam Clark there, he just learned it too.
That was crazy. I was just about ready to say, Amon, stay in the cage. What are you doing? You're getting too far out. And he just lobs a Gilman down, and the deep hole just a little too high for him. Right place, right time. You can see all the way down the field, just out of position. And I just can't see from that angle if it does go in or it doesn't. But the officials call it a goal.
So Adam Clark picking up his 41st goal of the season. Amon knew exactly what he was doing on that pass, as it turns out.
Yeah, showing up in the paper in the morning is what he was trying to do. He's like, listen, saves aren't sexy, but assists are.
Yeah, that's right. So this is now Tie game at 2-2. Mariemont going to try to change that very quickly. Duever passes left side. Low shot. There's Eamon again. He just drops down and makes this save.
I've been so impressed with him so far. Good clearing outlet passes for Eamon. He does get that assist. You know, you will be rewarded. Good play will be rewarded.
Mariemont battling to get it again. Wind up getting a timeout here by Mariemont.
Timeout goal.
You can tell that there's a bit of an air of rivalry in the air as the timeout came. What we saw there was a little extracurricular as a few Loveland players got stuck in the Mariemont huddle over there.
And they were very quickly asked by the other players to leave that huddle and get out of there. Let's take a look at Loveland tonight. Eamon, this is what he's been doing all night. I mean, he's been all over the place in that net.
Yeah, they put the best athletes in the cage. You'll see that because great athletes have quick hands, quick feet, and that is what's required to play goal in lacrosse. And so far, Eamon has just shown us both quick hands and quick feet, and even the wherewithal to bomb the ball down the field to find the open offensive players for what I'm only going to guess is his first assist of the season.
Well, you know, you're watching your team, and they're down 2-0 through the first quarter, and then it's 2-1. Can't get any offense going. You're making all these saves. Finally, you say, "Okay, I'll show you how to get offense going." Right?
Right. I can't save them and score them, guys, but I might be able to save them and assist them.
There you go. And again, Adam Clark was all set up for that. One-on-one, way down at the other end. He won the battle, wound up with the ball, and he got the goal.
It was very Christian Leitner-esque is what I thought of that.
So 3.5 to go here in the first half as Loveland has battled back.
Important here, the team that can rally here to get that final goal here in the half and go into the locker room with the lead does get a moral victory. I know there's no such thing as moral victories, but if you can go into the locker room, especially if you're Loveland, because you were down 2-0, if you can go into the locker room with the lead, you're going to feel pretty good about yourself.
There we go back to play. Mariemont. Looking for somebody to cut. Wasn't there. And now we'll get a whistle. So an illegal screen, and so Loveland will maintain, or will get possession. Sorry, they'll get it back here.
I didn't see the illegal screen, but I did see a guy fly through there on his belly. Definitely something wrong with that picture.
And here's Eamon. Goalie again is going to throw it ahead. This one will be scooped up by Mariemont.
We've been full of praise for Eamon right there. A huge mistake. Don't throw the ball to the middle of the field on a clear. I know that it worked for him once and he got away with it, but as a coach, you got to tell your guys, don't do that.
Oh, and a nice job to come around and take a low shot and bounces it right into the goal. And that was Ty Bucher, senior midfielder and captain on this team, puts his club back on top, 3-2.
Yeah, it's a good look by Bucher. That's all predicated on the turnover, on the feed from the top. You know, when you're clearing the ball, if you're aiming, you can't turn that ball over in the middle of the field. Bucher just correctly gets down in position from X, takes his defender to above GLE, and gets his 7th goal of the season.
Just like that, Mariemont takes the momentum back with under 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
Face-off's important here.
Loveland, a couple of opportunities. Ball is still on the ground, rolling toward the near sideline. And they fight for it, and it's going to be Loveland ball.
Yeah, good wing play there. Nobody scooped the ball, but the hustle there. I thought there might have been a push from behind without possession, but Loveland gets the ball anyway, and a quick restart.
Michael Newbold puts it up the right side. Sam Walther.
Costly turnover there as the pass sails a little bit high for the Loveland attackman. Difficult to settle it down when the passes aren't there.
Mariemont puts it in play. Pass it to the middle. That one goes off a stick. That gives the Tigers the opportunity to scoop it up. Can't do it on the first try. Now we get a whistle.
There's going to be a push again at the top of the midfield stripe there. Quick restart for Loveland. An important possession here for Loveland. There's 2:09 on the clock. Need to get some offense here.
Walter trying to gain position, leans into the defender, and then just keeps on carrying. Passes to Clark on the near sideline.
We always talk as coaches about the box and making sure your passes hit the box, the right or left side of the helmet, so the players can handle it and pass it and move it quickly. That's so important in lacrosse, to be able to dink and dunk and tic-tac-toe to each other, and that's predicated on great passing.
Well, now we get a flag on the field here.
It's going to be a cross check on Mariemont, leading to Loveland's first man-up possession. Let's see if they can capitalize on their man-ups, unlike Mariemont's been able to do with theirs. An important possession here, because that'll be a 1-minute penalty. There's a minute 37. Ideally, Loveland would like to look for running most of this clock down and getting a goal.
Let's see if they're able to do it. They put it in play. Clark. Just work it right around. Right side, quick shot to score. That was a nice bit of shooting there by Kyle Beasley.
Nice goal by Beasley, very nice goal. Sidearm shot by Beasley. Impressive as they dump the ball out, find the open man. He gets room and time. Beasley gets his hands away from his body. Nice left-handed ripper there. That's the most important thing. Get your hands away from your body, generate that force, and that is a beautiful shot. You know, waist high, very tough to save.
18th of the year for Kyle. He'll take a breather on the sideline. Game tied at 3 now. Mariemont wins a face-off. Finally able to gain possession of that ball. Ryan Duever.
Minute 12 left. Another very smart thing to do here for Mariemont is get one good look before the half. One good look.
We'll get a couple of whistles here. Looks like the officials are going to have to talk about what they saw.
Yeah, the far side official called failure to advance. The near side, or the bench side official, is, I think, going to let him know that they did get a touch. So Mariemont's going to get this ball back, but let's see what happens. No, they didn't get a touch. The referees confer, and there was no touch. Failure to advance. So costly turnover for Mariemont here.
We'll see how costly it turns out to be. Marshall Lehman already has an assist tonight. See how far up the field he comes to help with the clear. Gets it to Danny Moss, and Danny Moss will get those legs going.
A nice job. Danny Moss, not very tall, but I'm telling you what, knows how to handle the lumber.
Now we get a whistle on the timeout called by Loveland with 40 seconds remaining here in the first half of a 3-3 game.
Really important possession here. There's 40 seconds left inside the huddle. I'm sure, I'm almost guaranteeing Coach Pritz is saying, listen, what we can't have happen is turn the ball back over to Mariemont. We have to get one good look, and we have to make sure that that looks on cage. And we want to make sure that we're not taking that shot until there's at least 15 seconds left on the game clock. No reason to give up an opportunity here.
Well, tune in on Friday, May 13th at 8 o'clock for more live boys high school lacrosse action as two storied programs will face off. It's the Crusaders of Moeller facing off against the Golden Bears of Upper Arlington. Don't miss any of the action on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
That'll be a good one. I think both of you and I are on that game as well. A classic rivalry, a good one as they call it. Two teams that are very familiar with each other.
Yeah, and that is similar to what we have right here, right now. 3-3 game. And these two teams battling it out. There's 40 seconds left here in the first half. Loveland will have possession. And, hey, let's face it, they've been trailing or tied this entire first half. If they could get a late goal here and go in with the lead at halftime, that would be a big boost.
Especially in a rivalry game. I don't think if you ask Coach Pritz if he thinks his team's played their best half of lacrosse tonight, he would say yes. So if they could go up 4-3 not playing their best half, that would be something that's a bit of a win.
Here we go. Trying to work it Kyle Beasley's direction. He just got that last goal. Quick movement of the ball here, and here's a shot, and a big save is made. Now the ball on the ground, and Mariemont just tries to send it ahead, which they are able to do. Oh, good job by Loveland. They knocked that down, coming right back there and playing some good defense in the middle of the field. Trying to get another opportunity to shoot before the half comes to an end, but Mariemont gets it back. They check the clock very quickly. Ball is on the ground here, and Mariemont reaches right back in as time expires, and the first half comes to a close. So that is not the closing to the half that Loveland wanted. They had possession, just setting it up, moving the ball around. All of a sudden it gets on the ground, and Mariemont, to their credit, they battled to make sure that it stayed out of the net. Absolutely, that's a win for Loveland. So the first half has come to a close here tonight in Loveland, and nothing close to being decided. It's a 3-3 game. Here in Loveland, and the Tigers are tied with the Warriors of Mariemont. 3-3 at the half. Bob McKelligan, Todd Bauer with you here tonight. These fans have been treated to a very good first half of lacrosse.
Well played defensive struggle. We're seeing that early on. You can see Eamon coming up making some killer saves to start.
Yeah, he has been the story of this game to this point, if you ask me, because of saves like this, and then even got involved a little bit offensively later on in the game. But there you see the first goal. Urevick, one of the captains of the Warriors, able to get things going. And then Brendan Crowley comes back, and very quickly, it's 2-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Absolutely, Eamon can't save them all, and Mariemont gets some great looks from Urevick and Crowley.
And then they get a good save on their own from Eric Tassos right there, and that's what kept it scoreless for Loveland at the end of the first quarter. They get it going here in the second quarter, though.
Absolutely. Tassos did a really nice job in the first quarter, just like Eamon. But then again, you see here, Loveland starts to find some cracks in the armor of the Mariemont defense.
There again, Eamon doing his work, and then Eamon actually threw that long pass ahead to Adam Clark. Adam Clark was able to put it in behind the Michael Newbold goal that got Loveland on the board. That made it a 2-2 game, and then once again, Mariemont goes back on top, and then the answer, as it was Ty Bucher that scored for Mariemont, and coming back right there, you see Kyle Beasley made it 3-3, and that's why these teams are having their halftime discussions in a tie game right now. But again, they both played very well. Both groups have come out and done exactly what they've needed to do to this point.
Absolutely. I think, Mariemont's the road team. They're the underranked team in the group. They're the higher ranked, of the two teams. So at this point, you've got to think this is a win if you're Mariemont. It's 3-3 at the half. You feel confident that you can play with Loveland. And if you're Loveland, you have to come out and prove why you're ranked higher than Mariemont and why you deserve to be that #2 seed in Cincinnati.
And this guy could be a key in the second half, and that is Marshall Amon, who is ready to go back into goal for Loveland. They're tied with Mariemont, 3-3 at the half. And everyone getting settled in for the second half here in Loveland, where the Tigers are tied with Mariemont 3-3. Bob McKelligan, Todd Bauer with you tonight on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. This one has been tight through the first half. Let's go back and revisit your keys to the game that you gave at the beginning here. And I believe that both teams have actually keyed in on a couple of your keys so far when it comes to, what's it come to? The stopping of the offense or the good defense?
Yeah, so far, great defense. So, the goal is always to score more than the other team, right? Well, neither accomplished either one of those keys in the first half. So we're going to have to stop the offense. One of these teams, their defense is going to have to step up and eliminate some of the opportunities. The team that can do that, obviously, will come out on top.
What changes do you see possible for both of these teams to make here in the second half?
Yeah, I think so far what you're seeing is face-off success. Mariemont has a slight edge in face-off. What's really important is the team that scoops ground balls is going to win this game. At this point in the game, when you have a 3-3 game, it's all about hustling, out-hustling your opponent.
There you look at that Loveland sideline there, and Mike Pritz hoping that his team, playing at home, having a 10-2 record here, he's hoping they have that jump. What they do have is this guy right here, and Marshall Amon. And the senior goaltender has been doing a fantastic job here tonight. Again, he's the reason Mariemont's been limited to 3 goals in this game. They very well could have at least 3 more, maybe 4.
Absolutely. For Amon, so far he could use this whole tape tonight as his recruiting video for college. He's done an outstanding job so far in the cage. And really, so has Mariemont goalie. Any time that you can you hold a team to 3 goals in a half of lacrosse, you've done something good.
All right, here we go with the face-off. See if Mariemont can continue their success here in midfield. And here they go. The battle continues. Just trying to grind it out. Ball is on the ground. And Mariemont had a chance to get it. They lose control of it. Still battling to the far sideline. And when you talk about battling, there you saw it the whole way over until the ball went out of bounds. Phelan was just going right at it with Sam Walther there.
Absolutely, and that's what you see in these rivalry games is the game starts to get physical. The team that's tougher can pull it out.
Both of these teams well aware that you know, the second half has now started. Neither one wants to wait till the 4th quarter to try to get it going.
No, not at all. And so far, the start of the second half, you're either seeing some jitters, some sloppy play to start. The team that can get that under control quickest can dent the scoreboard first.
Jackson Pardue getting set up for Loveland. Heyman, the goalkeeper, will throw the ball up the near side.
Good clear by Loveland there.
Joey Valerius up the far side of the field. Now they're going to look to set up their offense. Here's Clark. A little spin move. They stay right with him. Valerius looks back to his left side. And Clark going to swing it low. Try to come out to the middle, and that one got blocked.
Great defense by Mariemont. If they can scoop this ground ball, they'll have completed his task, and he does. Nice work. I can't see the number there. It's 33. A nice ground ball, great defense, and that's exactly what you want to see when you start off. Charlie Cowart.
Up the right side they'll come. Mariemont not taking the shot. Now they will, and that one goes high and over top of the net.
Good look. It seems like Mariemont does better when they're in transition. When they get settled, things get a little bit more dicey. They'd like to probably keep Loveland in a transition game.
Ciolino. Drew Fiorenza. Moving up top. And here is Brendan Crowley. He's already got a goal in this game. Scored it from the area where he is right now. Now he plays it around behind the net. Move it to the left side. Try to cut toward the middle. Nothing there. Good defense by Loveland that time.
Good defense, forcing Mariemont to have good ball movement. Both on display here. So far, the team that breaks first.
Well, that one winds up on the ground, and Amon saw that. That's a good read on his part as he hustled out to pick it up.
Yeah, good opportunity here for a quick clear. Nice work by Loveland.
Grappling with the ball, throws it left side. Valerius is going to move it back toward the middle.
You got it.
I'll slow things down here. Checking out is Michael Newbold. And right back into the game is Beasley. Turns it over to Jack Sexton.
I've been really impressed with Loveland's long pole midi play. Grafflin, I believe is his name, has done a really nice job of helping clear the ball. That's what you rely on long pole middies to do.
Adam Clark passes it away, gets it right back.
Good job, Max.
Move it to the side of the net, nothing there. Loveland forced to keep it to the outside, at least thus far. No cracks in that Mariemont defense.
Got to move the ball fast if you're Loveland here. You've got to keep Mariemont moving from right to left.
Opportunity coming, and here's a quick shot. And a good save turned in there.
Nice job by Tassos. Nice save.
And you mentioned tonight that, you know, on the other side, Amon's made the flashy saves. Tassos has made pretty much all the saves he's expected to make.
Absolutely, and that's what you want. Flashy's not necessary.
Here comes a fast break. And man goes down in a heap, ball's on the ground, and Loveland quickly coming back the other way.
Cowart does a nice job on picking that ground ball up. You got to unload that a little bit quicker. You hate to see you get caught off guard there where your defender's down at the offensive end laying down.
Good job to reach into a crowd that time. by Tassos. Find the ball, scoop it up, and get it moving. That's exactly what they do. Jacob Trester.
I've been impressed with Mariemont's polls so far. They're doing a great job scooping ground balls and getting the ball up the field.
And they turn it over this time. Loveland gets the opportunity to fire it up the field, but that winds up in a ground ball situation.
A sloppy play at midfield leads to transition goals, which favors Mariemont. You definitely want to make sure here, if you're Loveland, that we're not turning the ball over at midfield. If you've got to make a bad pass, make it on your end of the offensive field.
Trying to kind of back into the attack area there by Jacob Trester, just doing a good job of screening that ball from the defender.
You could hear Mariemont coaches there yelling, show, 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 which means the attackman needs to pop out and get the ball and rescue that deep hole who's at the top of the box.
Now Mariemont with a chance to kind of settle it down. Ball winds up on the ground once again. They'll scoop it back up.
Early sloppy play. We've seen about 6 minutes of this opening third quarter filled with a lot of sloppy passes and sloppy ground ball work. Got to clean that up if you want to be the team that wins.
Mariemont coming out with a quick shot, and that's in for the score. Boy, and that was a quick burst of speed. That was turned in by the Warriors.
Really nice job there. They get the ball at X, and they're just a step quicker than the Loveland defenders, and you get to see an easy look there. You can see it here again, straight from behind. It's an easy job, stutter step, beats his defender. The Loveland slide does not come, and what happens is you see an immediate goal right there, and that's a tough one. Cole Harden does a nice job of putting that one into the cage.
Yeah, really nice job. He's just a sophomore. And he comes in and becomes an impact sophomore on that play.
Yeah, you love to see sophomores, freshmen, underclassmen show up in these games because they're rivalry games.
Yeah, so well, a couple of things there. The fact that, well, he breaks a 3-3 tie, and when you're talking about rivalry games, you want to establish yourself as a freshman or a sophomore because the rivalries usually don't change. It's always going to be a big game between these two teams. You want to be a part of it for a lot of years.
Absolutely, and other sophomores remember playing against each other, especially in rivalry games. You get to know the guy across from you. Most of these guys play together in summer leagues or travel leagues for Under Armour All-American teams and whatnot around the area. And what you'll see is that these guys get to know each other, so there's bragging rights in the summer.
Yeah, that's a lot of times that's more important than a lot of other things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Loveland trying to come back now. Fake the quick shot. And now they take a sharp angle shot there, and that one just winds up out of play, but Loveland will maintain possession. That was Adam Clark trying to take that shot and see if he could sneak it through.
That's a tough angle shot for Clark to make. He needs to get a little higher in the shooting funnel. He's too low, and that sidearm shot's difficult to make when you're that low in the shooting funnel. You got to get up a little bit higher and get a better look at that cage.
They need to get a new ball here, and finally they get one. Beasley's going to carry it right in.
Making those ball guys work overtime back there.
Yeah, they sure are. Well, opportunity here for Loveland. Try to get it back to a tie. They're down 4-3. Beasley looking for room. And this one winds up going out. And Tigers will maintain possession. There's Sam Walther to put it back into play.
This game's obviously a low-scoring game, so every offensive possession matters now.
Opportunity here, maybe for a shot, and that one gets blocked. Now the battle is on for the ground ball.
Yeah, that's a save made right there by Bailey Vianello. He does a nice job getting his body in front of that. That shows up not in the paper tomorrow, but it shows up on your body in the form of a nice bruise.
Nice work here by Mariemont as they get on the fast break and move it up the field, but then the errant pass is going to send it back the other way.
Yeah, just like we talked about, Mariemont's been better in transition. Right there, they show a chink in that armor because literally that was an easy pass to make, and it's got to be on point there because there's an opportunity to have a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, which we know is no gimme, right, at this point?
Right, absolutely. Some contact here as you see that pickup as this game goes along. Eric Thomas is trying to drop the shoulder and drive right through the defender. Give Mariemont credit, staying right there, but Thomas, second effort, gets it done. Here's a shot, and that one skips wide left.
Thomas very close to a penalty there of withholding the ball as he does that face dodge, the very popular face dodge. Gets real close to his body there. You could hear Mariemont's bench calling for it.
Trying to attack from the right, nothing there. Back to the left, long shot. That one doesn't make it to the goal. So very quickly up the field comes Mariemont. We're going to have a flag on the field right now as getting upended there was Charlie Cowart.
Yeah, that's tough. You got to move your feet. That's a trip. That's going to be a 1-minute penalty. You hate to see that because it's aggressive play, but Cowart, it all leads by picking up the ground ball by Mariemont's defense. Yeah, that just can't happen. That's definitely going to be a minute everywhere. Mariemont's 6th opportunity, I believe, on man up. They're 0 for 5, and this is an opportunity for them to really take the score out a bit.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. 0 for 5. Capitalize on 1 or 2 of those, and you've got a multi-goal lead. You're not sitting at a 1-goal lead. They haven't been able to do that. Can they do it now and get back up by 2?
I think ideally most high school coaches would like to see their man up be at 40%.
There's an opportunity with a long shot, and Amon swinging the stick around as that one misses and goes out of bounds.
That was a great look. That really was a great look. That's what you want to see from your man up.
That was Urevick who had a goal earlier in this game.
30 seconds.
In fact, he had the first goal of the game.
One of the things that's key to man up is you don't want to see guys carry the ball. You want to see 1, 2, 3, go, 1, 2, 3, go, 1, 2, 3, go. And that means just moving the ball very quickly. 3 seconds, you should hold it and move it. That's what you want to see on a successful man up.
Urevick again threw it out of play. Oh, good job. And there's Amon again. He just reached up and he stole that pass. They're trying to throw from behind the net out in front, and Amon just went out and said, I'll take that.
I used to have a goalie just like Amon, and all he ever wanted to do at practice is play attack. And you know, you'd love to see an athlete like that try it, right?
Yeah, it's not the only sport where the goalie is a frustrated attacker or forward or whatever you want to call it, believe me.
Right, and I'm guessing Amon can play with a short pole.
Yeah,
I'm certain of that.
You're probably right. Well, chance here for Mariemont to come back the other way. Under 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. Bouncing ground ball up the far sideline. And there's some good speed. I'll tell you what, that's a great extra effort to get to that ball by Ty Bucher.
Yeah, again, Mariemont's winning in transition, picking up transition ground balls, getting it in their offensive end. Extraordinarily important to this point.
Clock winds down to 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Ball winds up on the ground again as Ciolino lost control of it. Now it's going to be a Loveland ball.
Both coaches said this was going to be a very difficult game to win, and that's exactly what we're seeing. No team running away with it, and really, it's anybody's ball game.
Aiming up the left side. Adam Clark finally winds up with the ball. His team making some changes here. He waits for that. Danny Moss, well, he got that ball. He wanted to turn, and there was just a gaggle of yellow jerseys right there to take care of him, and they're still all over the place there. Finally, Loveland's able to scoop it up. Newbold with a pretty good effort there to wind up with the ball.
Great ground ball. Ground balls win games.
Tigers will set it up.
Hey, good job, Alec. Good job, Alec.
And hustling over to the far side of the field, Christian Kutsonis. Gives it back to Adam Clark once again. Down to a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Chance for a shot. No, they don't take the shot. They pass it behind. Now back out in front. Clark looked as though he wanted to shoot. Now he does, and he scores.
Wow, what a look. What a look by Clark.
Adam Clark picks up his second of the game. What a shot that was.
It's a beautiful shot by Clark. You see it here. He catches, rock step, nice right-handed over the top shot. I can't stress how much when they watch that video tomorrow what that means to coaches. You know what? over the top, no sidearm, come over the top, get a good bounce shot, tough to save. Beautiful job by Adam Clark. Clearly he's got 42 goals. He's done it 42 times this year. Nice look.
Yeah, they got it to the right guy that time. 4-4 game. Teams battle for the face-off. Ground ball scooped up by Mariemont. There's a shot, and that one goes off the post. And Heyman right there dropping down, trying to get into position. Warriors were just that close to coming back on the very next rush up the field and getting that goal back.
That was a great look right there. You love to see your long poles work that hard. Charles Schooler does a nice job there of just getting his hands free.
Down to 18 seconds remaining. A good look at Anthony DiMichele getting plenty of pressure.
And we're going to have a Ward. Now you got to watch what you do with that free hand. 8 seconds left. Nothing silly here if you're Loveland. Just get it down in your offensive end and kill the rest of this.
And that's exactly what they opt to do as time does expire in the third quarter. So we were tied at 3 at the half. Each team adds a goal here in the third quarter. And for Loveland, they got their goal late in the third quarter. But the home team comes back and they tie it. So here we go to the fourth quarter in Loveland, where the Tigers and the Warriors are all tied at 4 goals apiece. Loveland Tigers coming back late in the third quarter to tie this game with Mariemont. 4-4. Bob McElligott, Todd Bauer here with you as we go to the fourth quarter of this one. And we'll see who's going to be a fourth quarter team. If you go by the numbers, we can tell you exactly who it is.
And Bob, you've had this one in your back pocket for 3 straight quarters. Look at that. Mariemont scored 90 goals in the fourth quarter of games this year. 9-0 to Loveland 17. We're going to find out who the fourth quarter team is right now.
What does that tell you, though? When you look at those numbers, what does that really tell you about that number?
I mean, the first thing would be slow start, but that's not even a slow start. That's difficult.
Well, they get the ball off the face-off.
Yeah, Mariemont's been controlling the X tonight. Loveland's won 3 face-offs. Mariemont's won 9. Tough because it gives 9 more possessions to Mariemont offensively. So it's important that that Loveland get that corrected here in the fourth quarter.
They look to set it up, and it's Cole Harden who has one of these 4 goals. He's operating from behind the net, comes out in front, tries to loop it out in front. That one was just stolen away by the goalkeeper, Marshall Lehman.
He's like having another deep hole there because he knows exactly how to get into the passing lanes.
And look at him duck away from the pressure that was put on him and move the ball up the field for the clear attempt.
He is super athletic. I've not seen many goalies this year that have been as athletic as Mr. Amon is.
Now it's Loveland with a chance to set it up. They have possession.
Important each possession now because the game's divided into 1-minute increments. Win your minute. Win your minute every time. Win your minute. And what I mean by that is you're obviously running different lines out there, different middies. You're down to probably just running 2 lines of middies now, maybe 3. You're telling your guys, win your minutes. Win your minutes.
Being very patient about it. Beasley started to angle in as though he was going to attack. And just threw it back. Michael Newbold not going in on his side. Beasley again looking for an opening, none to be had.
Good offensive possession so far for Loveland.
And now the ball winds up on the ground and it's taken away by Mariemont. Charlie Cowart all the way up the field. He'll take the shot, and that one bounces high. We wind up with a flag on the field.
Charlie Cowart's done that about 3 or 4 times now. He's picked up balls and moved them all the way down the field. He picks up the slash there as well, which will give him and his Mariemont teammates a 1-minute man up. They're 7th of the game man up possession. They're still 0 for the last time through. They got a really good look at the cage and a great shot, just didn't get it on cage. Let's see if they go right back to that.
You talked about the importance of having freshmen and sophomores getting involved in these games, these rivalry type games. Charlie Cowart, just a freshman, and they're, as you said, making that move, running it all the way up the field, taking the slash and getting his team a man up.
Absolutely. It starts first with ground balls. Anytime you see a freshman scoop ground balls like that with blatant disregard for his own health and safety and take it right down the field, that's pretty good.
Oh, nice play there made by Evan Abbott. And now Amon winds up with that ball again. He'll just quickly try to get it away from the front of his net. It's on the ground, and Loveland throwing it ahead. And now we get a timeout called by the Tigers.
That's good coaching by Coach Pritz. He realized that things were really falling apart there at midfield. Rather than lose possession, you'd rather lose a timeout, considering every possession matters.
Well,
go ahead.
No, we talked a lot about Marshall Amon tonight, but what about on the other side and the job that has been done by the goaltender of Mariemont here?
Yeah, quietly Tassos has put together a really nice game. He's been overshadowed by more athletic plays, but by if we just look at just goaltending and saves, Tassos has had an outstanding game.
And he will be tested again before this one is over, I'm sure. 9:37 to go in the fourth quarter of a 4-4 game. Loveland will have possession when we come out of this timeout.
These are important timeouts because it's the last time you get to talk to your young men before they're released out. And you want to, you know, you're not going to make too many changes. Keep it simple in that huddle, but you're letting them know that, hey, we've gotten this far, fellas. It's 4-4. Let's rely on our athletic ability and use your heads and make smart passes and smart plays, and those will end up in points on the board. So right now, both teams just need to stay relaxed, and I think both coaches in the huddle are probably just stressing, guys, have some water, relax. You're playing great.
Easy for a coach to say, hard for a player to do.
Absolutely. The one thing you don't want to add to a high school young man's game is pressure. It's difficult to handle at this age.
Now here come the Tigers. And a long toss up the near side. Drew Grafflin was calling for that ball, and he got it.
Grafflin does a very good job as a long stick midi, clearing the ball. That's what he's here for. Clear the ball, find the open man, get rid of it.
Oh, now it's stolen away by Mariemont. Back on the counterattack, they come rather quickly. Charles Schooler quickly moving that ball up, and now Mariemont's going to be able to set things back up.
Turn around if you're Loveland here, match up, making some changes. Mariemont is on the fly. Find your man and match up. Call out your numbers.
Here's a chance with a turning shot, and that one doesn't wind up in the net.
Lucky break there. Amon was there, slid by him. It looked like it came pretty close to getting into that cage.
Now we get a whistle coming here. And the ball's going to go back to Mariemont.
Yeah, offside. So you noticed coaches yelling there, get back, get back, get back. Somebody's got to stay back. And 7 men in the offensive zone there for Loveland, causing an offsides, and it's a change of possession.
8:36 to go.
Small things here leading to easy clears. One thing is you got to find and match up. You got to ride clears, and that's one thing Loveland didn't do there. Let Mariemont clear that ball fairly easily.
That way, Happy. That way, Happy.
Mariemont trying to break this tie. And able to get out in front. A lot of pressure here, as you can see. Doing a good job as Ciolino to stay with that pressure. Passes to the middle, but we get a whistle here. And this is going to be turned over to Loveland.
Free hand again. Tough call there. Looked like the long pole stick was underneath the gloves, causing what looked like a ward. Referee's discretion. Warding it is.
Amon again brings this ball way up. And now we'll toss it. Bouncing ball down toward the front of the net. Battle is on, and the ball is out. And it's going to be a Loveland ball.
Yeah, you see there, Charlie Cowart there, a freshman mistake. When you see that ball rolling, you got to go to it. Don't wait for it to come to you. Go to it. He'll learn that lesson early on, is that there's going to be an attackman that's going to come up to try to grab that ball.
Loveland going to make some change on defense as they're looking to attack here. Down to 7:10 remaining in the fourth quarter.
if you're Loveland's offense here and you're off ball, you got to move. You got to keep your head up and move. It looks like Loveland really wants to ISO the cage and find the open man when the slide comes. So it's really important that you're paying attention to your man and the ball.
And they move it on the left side, and there's a quick shot and misses the net. And that was Michael Newbold. He has a goal tonight.
And Tassos, great hustle there. You love to see your goalkeeper go back there and outrun the attackman to the end line.
Now Tassos passes it up. And they get the clear. Come down toward the front of the net. No shot. Tried to go to the middle. Maybe one pass too many there. Loveland takes it back. Evan Abbott has it knocked loose. Loveland able to scoop up the ground ball, however.
I have this sinking feeling that the game's going to come down to a loose ball at the 50 and transition to the offensive end to win it. It appears that that's what kind of game we're staring at.
Here's Clark. He has 2 goals on the night. Not going to attempt the shot here. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
He gets it back, and he's just going to look to run the offense a little bit here. Beasley checking back in as well for Loveland. He's got a goal. Another guy they want in there offensively right now, looking to break the tie.
Important long. Loveland's really settled down on offense, settling into long offensive possessions, which are great for their defense, allows them to get set and get good looks.
But trying to roll out in front was Danny Moss. Couldn't find any room. Ball on the ground. Cowart couldn't scoop it up. Now he gets a second attempt at it, and he does have it.
Really impressed. If that young man's a freshman, he's got a promising lacrosse career. Big guy.
Toss right up the middle. See if Mariemont takes a shot. They come down in front, and they score. Great job there by Ty Bucher. As he gets another one, and it breaks the 4-4 tie, puts Mariemont back out on top.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. Mariemount's really good in transition. You see they're in transition again, moving the ball quickly. Loose ball at midfield, and Bucher just finds the back of the cage. That's a tough save. You can see Eamon coming out to try to take some of that angle away, but those are tough saves. Nice job by Ty Bucher.
So he's got 2 tonight and 8 on the season now.
Important at the X here for Loveland. Need a great face-off.
Trying to work it, and that's exactly what they do. That's good hard work turned in there by Ben Fetterman.
Absolutely, nice job by the face-off man Fetterman, and even better on the ground ball there by the long stick midi again, DiMichele.
Doesn't take long, however, for Mariemont to get a ground ball possession again.
Just losing those 50-50 balls is Loveland right now. Gotta get down, scoop through those balls, and get some more possessions. A good face-off win there. You gotta control it.
Now, what is the mindset here? You've got 4:37 left. How much clock can you actually kill here without taking shots?
Yeah, at this point, if I'm Mariemont, I'm holding it until the officials blow a stall or put a stall on them. I don't know why you would advance to the cage. You've only had 9 goals in this game, and there's 4 minutes to go. If you can run a minute or 2 off this clock, you feel pretty good about the possession.
Ciolino, good job there to wind up with a ground ball. It winds up being knocked down. We've got a flag.
It's going to be a push with possession, it looks like. It's a 30-second technical. The issue there is that push from behind, headed towards the cage. You see the official calling it 30-second technical push with possession. It's it's one of those things where keep your mind about you. You see the guy's back, don't shove him. You see here on the replay, Ciolino does a nice job getting in front of the defender and just a needless push from behind. The help was coming. It didn't need to happen. 8th man up tonight for Mariemont. Still 0 for 7. Let's see if they can get a good look.
Try to bounce it to the left. Ciolino turns, takes a shot. There's Eamon with a big save. And then he hustles to get there and make sure his team winds up with the possession.
Nice job by Eamon, standing tall. When they need him to make saves, he's making them. Keeping Loveland in the game. He's really their X factor so far.
Now they're down by 1. Need to find a way to get that back as it's getting late in this game.
Loveland making a few quick changes, some middies coming on the fly. Good opportunity here to get a nice offensive look.
Andrew Snyder. Try to move it out to Clark. That one gets knocked away from him. And it's picked up again. And we've talked about this guy for the entire second half, Charlie Cowart. And here he is again coming up with another ground ball and a possession. And Mariemont takes a timeout.
Man, if we had a segment sponsored by Urevick, Charlie Cowart would win it. He's a vacuum out there. He's scooping up everything. So far, absolutely very impressed with his play, especially as a freshman, very heady.
Well, not only are you impressed, but you can see his teammates are really impressed too. How many guys just came up and gave him a tap on the back for his good play out there? So look at Mariemont in their last 6 games. They've got Lakota East and Seven Hills, a couple of wins there, losing to St. X. And then they take a look there. Indian Hill they've got coming up, and Summit Country Day School.
Yeah, they've got some tough games still left on their schedule. Again, if you're Mariemont, you're figuring right now, I feel really good if we can win out here. We can beat Loveland, we can beat Indian Hill, we can beat Country Day. You go in, you know, with a 7-win season, a 7-9 season, and you're on a high. You can go in and win. You know, you can go in and be a real thorn in someone's side in the state tournament.
And on the other end, you look at the final 6 games here for Loveland.
Yeah, coming off, a loss to Mason, at Mason, a tough loss. They got Moeller and obviously Mariemont. They beat Moeller. Mariemont, Seven Hills, McNicholas, and Elder. They've got to get by this game tonight if you're Loveland and start to play Seven Hills, McNicholas, and Elder. They're not looking by Mariemont tonight with what we see on the schedule there.
They're sure not looking by them right now because they're down to them with 3:12 remaining here in the 4th quarter. They've got to find a way. Marshall Amon has been great tonight in goal, but 5 of them have gotten behind him.
It's on Mariemont right now to control the tempo and pace of this game and to really, really shrink the game down. Take the ball back, make the officials make you keep it in the box. There's no reason to attack here.
And they will carry it and possess. And there's Ben Phelan who's doing that. Moves it over to Anthony DiMichele.
No need here to do anything with this ball. There really is no need, and that's exactly what Mariemont's philosophy is. We do not have to go towards the cage.
Ty Bucher. A couple of goals for him tonight. Now hustling around.
And there's the stall warning, and that's exactly what you wanted to see out of Mariemont. Wait till the officials take you to the stall. Now you attack the cage.
Well, there's the pass just out of the reach of the defender.
Mariemont's already killed 3 minutes 12 seconds here, or I'm sorry, 1 minute 12 seconds, which is a great job, but that's what you can't have.
And there's a turnover, and Howie Lawrence, who'd gotten called for that last penalty, comes right back out onto the field. He makes something happen. He forces that turnover in the possession. So here comes Loveland with an opportunity.
This could be one of Loveland's last possessions. You have to look at it that way. So maximize your possession. It could be one of your last.
Get this one out to Newbold. Comes over to Clark. You have to think Clark is one of those guys you have to watch out here. He's got 2 goals in this game, and the last one he scored was a pretty nifty one.
Yeah, you want to get the ball in your best goal scorer's hands, and that's Clark, and that's what they're trying to do here.
Here comes a shot, and that one gets blocked. And guess who's there again, making a play? Charlie Cowart. There he is, number 33.
Absolutely, that does not feel good either. Nice work, young fella. That is well played.
Only feels good if you win.
That's right.
Here's Clark again. Doesn't have a chance to get a shot away. A minute left, and here comes a shot, and that one misses.
Yeah, if you're Tassos right now, you have to feel like you're in a shooting gallery.
Now he was trying to get back there and be the closest one to the ball. No chance of doing that. Loveland had it set up. Here's a shot again. It is Clark, and he takes care of business.
Right where you wanted it. The one guy you wanted the ball not in his hands. He watches the defense retreat, and that's what you get. Clark steps right into that one. Nice looking goal by Clark, low to high. changes angles. You see here on the replay, Clark steps back, gets the defense to slough off, and boom, right through him. Right there, Cowart serves as a shield to Tassos. That's a tough pull right there by Clark. That's ice water.
3-goal night.
43 goals.
So,
big face-off.
Yeah, this is huge. Mariemont has been controlling these all night long. Can they do it again? Loveland has not led in this game.
No, they have not.
The best they have done is a tie. Ground ball. Tigers with an opportunity. Couldn't hold on to it. Now we'll get a whistle here.
Absolutely. You figured the team that scooped the ball there would call the timeout. Very quick possession. That's the right thing to do, is get a timeout. You're going to get one look at this with 38 seconds left if you're Mariemont.
There's Grady Holiday right there, another sophomore in the game right now for Mariemont. And he's the guy that battled to wind up with that ball and get the possession and allow the timeout to be called. I'll tell you what a fourth quarter this has been, as Mariemont went back on top with that goal by Ty Bucher, and they worked it right in front. No chance whatsoever for Marshall Amon. But here, Adam Clark. I mean, you know, Amon's been a big story, but Clark has worked himself into that conversation as well with 3 goals.
Absolutely, in only a 10-goal game here, he's got 3 of them. You know, 30% of the goals belong to Mr. Clark. The other 10 that didn't go in belong to Mr. Amon. So far, the 2 of them together have led to a really interesting dynamic. But what really matters is there's 38 seconds left. Ideally, you want to have a great possession here. Mariemont does not want Loveland to get the ball back, regardless of the situation in this quarter. They want last shot only.
And we're about to find out if they can work it or not. They have got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, it will not be a free clear. So Mariemont's going to have to clear the half here in order to get it over. Loveland's going to put some pressure on them.
And we begin. And there's plenty of pressure. Double team pressure, and able to just get right away from it is Urevick. There's a ground ball, and going to maintaining possession rather than Mariemont.
23 seconds. You've got an opportunity here. You've got to get it into your ex-player, let him feed it forward. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Got to drive hard, look up. You got somebody open. Here comes the slide.
Ciolino not able to get a shot away. Had that ball knocked out of his possession. An opportunity here, Urevick trying to go down low. There's a shot and a score with 5.9 seconds remaining. Ty Bucher again.
Wow. Wow. You saw it fall apart there at the 40. 2 guys chasing the loose ball from Loveland. And wow, all I can say is wow. Tic-tac-toe, they find the open man. I think I told you what would happen in this game is a loose ball at the 50 would be cause for the victory. And Bucher there in the right spot at the right time. Great look, great finish. And that is, that's not all she wrote. Loveland can get a quick face-off here.
That's something they haven't done tonight. They haven't won many face-offs. Now it's imperative to do it. And Loveland moves it ahead, but time is going to run out on them. Mariemont comes on the road, and they get themselves a big 1-goal victory tonight. 6-5 is the final in this one.
What a game. Absolutely a game. They're storming each other's goalkeepers there. Mariemont storming Tassos, who stood up tall, and obviously Loveland going to thank Amon for a great game. If you're Loveland here, don't hang your heads. You got a whole tournament in front of you. If you're Mariemont, the journey starts now.
Well, we talked about which team was going to be a fourth quarter team, and Mariemont coming into this game with 90 fourth quarter goals. Didn't take that many to get it done here tonight, but they were there in the clutch when they had to be.
Absolutely, we saw that. It was a transition game, loose ball at the 50 like we talked about, led to that game-winning goal.
So big win on the road for Steve Peterson's team here tonight as Mariemont gets the victory. They do it in almost last-second fashion here. Within the last 10 seconds, they're able to score and break a 5-5 tie and go on to win this game tonight. Players showing respect to one another with the handshake, and that's how it goes here tonight. Mariemont with a 6-5 win over Loveland. Tune in on Friday, May 13th at 8 p.m. for more live boys high school lacrosse action. Two storied programs will face off. The Crusaders of Moeller facing off against the Golden Bears of Upper Arlington. Don't miss any of the action on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. For Todd Bauer and the entire Time Warner Cable Sports Channel crew, I'm Bob McElligott. Good night from Loveland, where the Tigers fall to Mariemont tonight.